What's up everyone, it's DV and I am working on a Starfruit Auto Farm design today. We're going to build 7 layers, actually it's going to be like total of 14 plots here, and I'm going to explain the entire process, how I'm building it, why I'm building it this way, why it's going to be pretty efficient in my opinion. Yeah, we're going to also show the results of the farming, so I want to see how epic this farm is going to be. I have 142 Starfruit seeds currently, and I'm going to be doing more layers of this, but I've also done some tests. So I've done some tests on the variations of like fertilizer, water, and how fast you can harvest these, and so I got a bunch of math for you, which I'll show you in a little bit. So first things first, before we begin, be sure to like the video and subscribe if you're new. So this video is sponsored by Core. Core is a multiverse of free games to play. Experience Unreal Engine powered multiplayer in your favorite genres. What that means is it's gonna look good. Explore the crazy new concepts from the minds of player creator community. Core is also a social hub where you can hang out in a network of connected worlds. You can feast at a castle banquet, swim in a zero-G space station, or visit a theme park. Build your own world and connect it to others. And on top of that, you can customize your Core avatar with a variety of character skins, collect skins, emotes, pets, and mounts. And I'm told Core will continue to add new characters and options in the future. Core is currently in open alpha, so it's not complete yet, and they are going to be adding a lot of new features and making improvements over time. So definitely get over there early, especially register your name now before it gets taken, because I promise you, your name will get taken, including every variant, which is what happened to me. Stop looking at my name. I know DV was taken. I know DV was taken, and that's okay. Don't worry. I got my name on this new platform. Don't worry about me, okay? I've got actually like 5 variants of my name on this platform. Don't tell anyone. So don't forget to check out Core. It's completely free. Just visit coregames.com or click the link in the description below. All right, let's get to the Starfruit design. There's 4 different possible timers for harvesting Starfruit. So I'm going to show you all 4 of them. So there's the normal, right? There's the normal style where you just plant it on dried ground and it's just going to grow, and it's going to take 5 minutes and 50 seconds to be able to harvest. So it's going to take 5 minutes and 50 seconds before your totem can actually auto harvest it. So fertilizer on dry is 3 minutes and 45 seconds for this to be ready to be harvested. So you can see a big difference between 5 minutes, 50 seconds and just putting the fertilizer on here. And the nice thing is if you're doing an auto farm like this, you will never lose your fertilizer. The only time you ever lose your fertilizer again is if you were to manually harvest. So as long as you're not manually harvesting this, you'll never have to replace the fertilizer. And fertilizer is a big pain in the butt to get. I know, because I just did a bunch of trades for it and I overpaid for them. And then you have 2 other alternatives. You got just water. So you just have a watered seed, and then you've got the fertilizer combined with the seed. So the one without fertilizer, just the watered seed, is going to be ready in 3 minutes and 55 seconds. So it's actually slower than the one without fertilizer. So oddly enough, if you water it, it's still slower than just not watering it and not worrying about your sprinklers and water catcher. It's actually just as good, just using fertilizer on dry. So if you can't afford sprinklers and you can't afford a water catcher or anything like that in this kind of setup, just get a bunch of fertilizer. Although I would argue that you might save money just going with the dry with fertilizer. So the next one obviously is the holy grail of this, which is having fertilizer plus water, and that is about 3 minutes per harvest. All right, so before we begin, I do want to show you something here. So this right here is the stairs. This is going to be conveyors. This right here is going to be totems. This right here is the dirt. So basically our seeds, and this right here is a sprinkler. So this sprinkler is going to cover all these seeds around it, right? So it's going to be able to sprinkle all those. So the reason why we did this is these totems right here have a 1-minute cycle. So they collect a star every 30 seconds, and then they deploy a star every 30 seconds to the conveyor belt. Now, the reason why we didn't intermix stuff like put a totem here or anything like that, or add more than 3 or whatever, because if I were to move totems around, these would not be reached. And so I'm gonna have to add more sprinklers. And because the totems can only reach 3 away, this is a really, really clean format. And what's also nice about this is all of these totems can actually reach each other's seeds, right? So you're never going to have an issue where you're stealing or borrowing from each other's seeds. The only downside to this is the only negative is that you are missing one possible seed that from a rotation. So these are going to be fully utilized by these totems every single cycle. So each one's going to go through 3 on a full cycle. And then we're going to do another side on this side, and it's just a really easy build too. So the way this is set up is that you can stack these very easily. You will have to start the next row above it exactly right there. And so let's go ahead and go over here, and I'm going to start working on this and show you how this build is going to go. Now, I already started the stairs, so you just set up a series of stairs, just keep going up really high. You don't know how much you're going to need yet until you see how many seeds you've got and how it's going to stack. I've got 140 seeds on me, so I've got quite a bit to use. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 14 floors because I want to have a little extra for later. So we're going to do 14 floors out of this, and let's go ahead and start this up. So first things first, we need to find our exit. So I'm going to say we're going to have this drop straight to a conveyor belt. So it's going to land right on that. And then from here, I'm actually going to use the input and outputs. You don't have to do this on yours. I'm just doing it on mine. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to fit another industrial chest there. So let's go ahead and put an industrial chest right here. So the nice thing about it is if I'm actively farming, I can just kind of farm this if I wanted to. It's no big deal, but it's just a nice feature to have. And actually, I'm going to do one more thing. I'm just going to back this out a little bit. I want to back this up a little bit more so I can actually fit a second one in here. So let's go ahead and back it up and then put that there. And we're going to do this so I can have two of them. And we're going to put the industrial chest there. And that way, when this thing's shooting down, because when the starfruit fly down right here, it's going to hit a wall and then it's going to drop down. And that's just a little bit better than having it too close of an angle. So I'm going to use birchwood here, but I'm going to go ahead and create the shell here. And then we're going to put the block right here. So what's going to happen is it's going to hit this wall. So we're going to block that. So you see it's going to hit this wall. They're going to fly down here. They're going to hit that wall and drop down. So this is the exit into my chest. So that's pretty safe. Things aren't going to really bounce out that way. Now we can go and start our first floor. So we need dirt. First thing, we need some dirt. Let's get some dirt. And we need to make sure this part right here is the one that's connecting. So this is the part that needs to be closest to the stair. So what that means is if we're going 3 in, that would be right here, right? So essentially it'd be like that. And then so this is going to go out towards this. So it's 2, 3. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then one more. And we can do one on the other side. And now what we're going to do is we're going to set a row of conveyor belts. So we're going to do 3 across, and then we're going to put some Starfruit Totems like that. And then we have to obviously put the sprinkler. So the sprinkler is going to go right there. Oh, it's 5. It's 5 across. Sorry. It's 5 deep. My bad. It's only 5. There we go. That's what that looks like. And then the sprinkler is going to go right in the center right there. And then I'm going to go and plow this. And this is where our seeds are going to go. And so the reason why we don't need that many seeds is because we're fertilizing this and we are watering it. So we don't need that much. Now, the other thing you're going to see is that we got the sprinklers that have no water yet because I haven't put the catchers in yet. So I'm going to be putting the catchers in a little bit. On top of that, when we do this next layer, we're going to be basically doing like, let's see, 1, 2, 3. So it'll be right there. And we're going to put the catcher right there. So the water catchers are going to go exactly right there for the next layer. It's going to go right there. And we're going to do the same for this one. You'll see what I mean in a sec. And then we're going to do the same thing under here. So it needs to be 2 down because the water catchers are about 2 blocks tall. So it's going to go right there. And we can get rid of these. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and plant these so that you can see how they perform. And then we're going to put some fertilizer on these as well. I need to make some more. So if you don't know how to make fertilizer, you essentially need carp or you need salmon. So I'm using a bunch of carp. I bought a bunch of carp from someone. They aren't cheap. It's really hard to get these. They're not cheap. It is really hard to get fertilizer. So you're going to have to pay a pretty penny. A lot of people are buying it. Not many people are selling these fish. So what you're going to want to do is offer a ton of coin from them if you have it. I overpaid for these because rarely do people sell it. Now, if you're going to the trade channels, don't ask for fertilizer, ask for carp or salmon because most people, don't make fertilizer. And if they do, they keep it for themselves. But a lot of people don't realize that you can actually make fertilizer from carp and salmon. So they usually just keep a hold of it or they sell it to the vendor, which is not the right way to go. All right, we should have enough to fertilize. So let's go ahead and go in here and fertilize this stuff. And I would definitely recommend fertilizing before you plant. A little bit easier. Now we got to do this one. So here we've got, it's 2 up. So we're going to do 3 across and we're going to go in 5 deep. All right, looks good. So let's go ahead and do it for the rest of the layers. So we know for a fact, so we go up 2, 3. So that's where we're going 3. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, and we're going to start there. 1, 2, 3, 3. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we got one more. So that would be 7. That's 7 layers. So let's go ahead and finish these. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so now that we're done with these blocks, we're gonna go and get our plow out. I have way too much stuff in my inventory. So all you're gonna do is plow the last 9 blocks. We do need to make sure we do our water catcher for each of these. So let's go ahead and get the water catcher spots out. Those look good. Okay, so now we need to get our sprinklers out, get those out of the way. All right, so let's put a sprinkler there. All right, those are all set. So we're gonna go and fertilize now. All right, so now we got our fertilizer down. We can go and plant the seeds. Okay, and now we got those. We're gonna go and get the conveyors out. I'll probably have to buy some more totems and make some more conveyors because I have a feeling I'm gonna run out here. All right, all the totems are in. So now all we need to do is do a protective tunnel here so that we can have clean routing. So let's go ahead and put one on each side of these stairs. We'll start with that. And then we're going to do another layer of this. So I'll show you in a second. Just cover the sides for now so they can't fall out. And you'll notice that the torches actually have no collision on them, so you can leave them there. Okay, so those are set. Now I'm going to do another layer so the stuff doesn't fall out. So see this right here? If they flew down here, they can actually end up on these edges. So we're just going to put one more block here on each of these so that they don't fly out. So right there. And then right here, they might actually drop off as well. So you're going to want to do a little path, just a little pillar on each of these. And then you want to cover the conveyors as well, like that. So do a little pillar and then cover the conveyors. And you don't need to touch the very top because they're just going straight down. There's nothing above them, so this one's fine. So now we can watch these things come through. And in order to slow that down, you can put a glass pane, and that'll help it a bit. So we can put that down there, and then we're going to put one across it too to slow it down. And that should slow down the stars from flying out. Wow, they're filling up fast. Jeez, this filled up so fast. Oh my gosh. So this is still a pretty small farm here. You're not gonna make a ton of money off this yet. It's certainly a start to make money. You know, it's certainly a nice stepping block. If you want to be able to make money, you're gonna need a lot more seeds in this. But a lot of people, you know, don't have this many seeds. But it's totally expandable. You do want to make sure you keep it under the 80 mark still. So you don't want to start despawning. And the other thing, if just for decoration purposes, if you really wanted to, you can put some torches out because they do not have colliders. So you can put like torch here. Just to light your farm up a little bit, you can do that. And I think it looks cooler too. So there it is. That's what it looks like. It looks awesome. I think that looks cool, especially if you went if you went with glass. If I made this sand, it would actually look really, really cool. We're gonna lighten this up a little bit more. That looks crazy cool, especially at night. Let's go over to the main island and see if we can see it. I wonder if that's me over there. That might be me. No, what is that? What is that? I've seen this before. What is it? What's that purple thing? All right, so let's go ahead and see how efficient this is. See how we're doing. Yep, that's already full. Let's see, I've got 1,600 right now. Let's go ahead and sell the 1,600 just for kicks. So that's only going to give me 75,000 coin. So there's no oily crops. You don't have to use the washing machine. So I'm probably going to start overnighting this, and then I'm going to actually start buying and expanding. So I'm going to be buying like probably another 100 seeds soon. My old onion crop used to do about 160,000 per day. So I think I can get about that, if not more. I think I could actually get more than that. My feeling is, assuming I can beat the despawn, I can probably be reaching about 200,000 per day. So 200,000 times 45 is a lot of coin. That's essentially 9 million overnight. It's a lot. So I hope you did enjoy the video. It was a lot of fun making this. Again, this is the diagram if you're looking at what the design was. And then right under this is the water catcher. Starfruit Auto Farms are not a cheap design. I would say they're not worth making other than just for the fun of it. It is a goal. Everyone wants to have a Starfruit design. It's still not better than an auto berry farm. But the nice thing about this is it only needs an auto clicker. So that's the one thing I do like about these auto farms is all you got to do is just sit here and auto click. So I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, hit that like button again and smash the subscribe button if you're new. And tomorrow I plan on making a price guide update for the Wizards update. So I know I've been kind of, a little bit behind on the price guide, but I'm going to be doing some research on how things are going in the pricing because I think they're starting to stabilize. And then if there is a weekend update, I will be doing another live stream. So be sure to turn on notifications to be notified when I do post the live stream announcement. And I will see you all live on the day of the update so we can celebrate and have fun grinding that new update together. And as a reminder, remember to download Core in the link in the description below. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.